Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, it's Jay here with another review, and today we're going to be looking at the Hori D Pad Controller. And as you can see, top of the box, Nintendo Switch logo. This is the Zelda Breath of the Wild edition. Um, and of course, handheld only. You can only use this as handheld mode. Handheld mode. You cannot use it. It's separated. You can't use it in a little controller mode, with the little controller grip that your Nintendo Switch comes with. Of course, it's officially licensed by Nintendo. Hori logo down here. Not much on the side. Beautiful illustration of the controller. I don't know why they just don't call it Joy-Con. I mean, it is licensed by Nintendo. Nintendo Switch. Nothing down there. And here's in the back. Breath of the Wild logo, D-pad, controller. Left, of course, archives compatible. See right there, and then back here it says must be connected to the system. No vibration or motion controls. Responsive D-pad for 2D games. Hori logo, all that other good stuff. Yada yada yada. Whatever. Let's go ahead. Let's cut this open. And wait. Before we cut this open, look how that sticks out. Ooh. Maybe the D-pad on the actual box feels nice. I wonder if this one will actually feel that nice. You know what? This feels pretty light too, which usually means it's probably cheap, but whatever. Well, we'll see if it's worth it. Let's cut this bad boy open and let's see what it feels like and how it plays. Okay, and here we have the Hori D Pad controller. It's a Joy-Con. And D-pad controller L instruction manual. Like, this thing is thick, man. Of course, they recommend that you update your Nintendo Switch to the latest firmware, because this was having issues where it was draining massive amounts of battery. Um, but from what I know, with the latest firmware update on the Nintendo Switch, that has been fixed, so it shouldn't be a problem. This feels exactly like an actual Joy-Con. It's just, you know what, this is extremely light. And of course it's extremely light because it doesn't have the Bluetooth, it doesn't have the rumble feature, it doesn't have the shoulder buttons. This is just strictly, you have your minus button, joystick up here, the D-pad, which is why you bought this, and then the capture button. Shoulder buttons, trigger buttons, all that is exactly the same. Right off the bat, this feels clickier than the actual Joy-Con. I'm surprised of how similar the actual joystick feels. The D-pad feels fantastic. I don't like the way that feels. The capture button. Oh my god, the minus and capture button both feel soft and spongy. Yeah, the minus button and the capture button feel spongy. I don't like the way that feels. This feels really good. The D-pad feels good. This feels exactly like a regular Joy-Con, and this feels clickier than the actual Joy-Con. But other than that, it's just a gutted Joy-Con with a better D-pad that you put on your Nintendo Switch to play 2D fighting games, or other fighting games. And of course, if you notice here, it's the beautiful Zelda edition. The gold here looks beautiful. It's translucent, which is pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. You have the Hori logo, and of course, you have the release, as the proper release, like when it's on the system. But it's gorgeous. I love the translucent black, dark gray color. The painting, the Zelda Breath of the Wild inspired paint job. This is pretty cool. I actually like this. It's It's unfortunate that this doesn't complement any of the Joy-Con colors other than the standard black. So it's gonna clash. I'll show you guys right now. I'm gonna do just, you know what? I'm just gonna do a quick comparison of this Joy-Con with a regular Joy-Con so you can see what they look like side by side. So one thing you'll instantly notice is the mold's not exactly the same. It's actually kind of a different shape. This one is more square, but this, you know, these buttons are for the most part in the same area. They're just kind of adjusted slightly. Side is basically the same, the exception that this doesn't have, you know, these buttons. You go to the back, and again, you know, you'll notice that this mold is slightly different than this one. It's not exactly this mold. It, you know, if you're thinking that Hori reused this mold to do this, they didn't. This is a different mold. The shape's actually quite different. You'll see if you buy one and you use it, you'll see what I'm talking about. Trigger here. Well, the release button, I mean, you know, to take it off the system. And the trigger buttons are different. This one sits higher and it feels snappier. So there is a bit of difference. They are very similar, of course. But yeah, that's what they look like next to an actual Joy-Con. So I guess we'll go ahead, slap this baby on, and take it for a little test drive, yeah? Alright, so let's try this out with Pocket Rumble. Rear. And we'll just see how this does. Oh yeah, this feels more responsive D-pad wise. And it doesn't feel no different than the actual Joy-Con, other than the fact that there's no rumble feature, but this is pretty good for, you know, like 2D fighters and stuff like that. This feels pretty responsive. I don't feel any type of lag from, you know, the actual input. It works pretty good. It's not bad. It's pretty cool, man. I like this. It's a good I think this is a good investment, guys. This feels pretty good. It doesn't feel like there's much input lag. It feels as responsive as the regular Joy-Con, and it feels a lot more comfortable, you know, using the inputs and doing all that stuff when you're doing techniques or what have you. This is perfect, you know, for anyone who likes to play games like King of Fighters, Street Fighter, you know, Pocket Fighter, or Pocket Rumble, I mean, or, you know, the upcoming Dragon Ball FighterZ for the Nintendo Switch. I definitely recommend this. I wouldn't recommend this for a 3D game. It would work, but, you know, I don't know why you would use it for that, but this is pretty good. Like, it works. It works well. You know, like, this is pretty cool. Very little input lag. I didn't have to sync it. It just automatically worked when I dropped it in. It's pretty good, guys. I recommend this. I really like it. It you know, no input lag or any of that stuff, but not bad for $25 or $30 with tax or whatever. You know, it's pretty good. Okay, guys, real quick before we wrap up or whatever, if you really want to take it further, this perfectly fits your grips. This is a RDS grip that I just recently reviewed. Go ahead and check out that video. And it fits well. I mean, if you want to cap it off and you want that good handheld fighting game experience, Hori D Pad plus RDS grip, just fighting game goodness. Not bad, guys. Not bad. Well worth the $25 or $30 with tax. I do believe that the Zelda one, as far as I know, is out right now in stock at your local Target. I believe everywhere else it doesn't come out till early October. So, next week basically. I recommend it. I recommend it for games like Pocket Fighter. Obviously, you might want to pick this up. If you're gonna buy Dragon Ball Fighters and you want a proper D-pad, this is worth it. Street Fighter, all that stuff, really good. Really surprised by the quality. It does not look cheap. It being light kind of gives you the impression that it's going to be a cheap product, but it doesn't feel like a cheap product. And the only real complaint with it is the spongy minus button and the spongy capture button. Aside that, there was no input lag. It felt real crisp. It felt very snappy as far as actually using the execution of that D-pad. It felt good. Um, and the Joy-Con, the not the Joy-Con, the actual joystick, um, works well too. If you wanted to use it on a 3D game, would it work? Yeah, but you'd be missing the rumble feature. But that joystick honestly feels just as responsive, just as good as the actual Joy-Con controller. So for $25, guys, you can't go wrong. I really hope that Hori make more and that they give more designer ones, because I know we have the Zelda one. I know the plain one is blue, and I know that there is a Mario Odyssey version coming out, but there's no date on that as far as I know. So, more customization options for the Nintendo Switch is never bad. So, thank you guys for checking out this unboxing slash reviewish video on the Hori D Pad, the Zelda Breath of the Wild version. And as always, guys, hit that like button and subscribe. Tell a friend, share my videos, whatever. Um, and remember, no matter what time of day, smile. Always smile. And I'll catch you guys down the road.